Good evening, y'all. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News, you all. I'm your host tonight, Brian Taylor Bridges. I am your host, Brian Taylor Bridges. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News. Come on in. Join us, y'all. Got a very disturbing case about a young family that was out of Southwest Baltimore, you all, where this 9-year-old kid went up to this little girl and shot her in the head, you all. And mind you, the little girl was 15 years old. So I would like to pay my sincere condolences to this little family. Little Michaela, you all, is her name. I do have a brief article and a clipping, you all. It's been a long day for me. So I want to get in here and try to give back and do something productive, you all. The little girl's name is Shakayla, you all. Hold on. My apologies, and my apologies to the family as well. But I do have everything together, you all. Her name is Michaela Strata, you all. 15-year-old girl shot in Baltimore, you all, by a 9-year-old kid. And like I said, before I actually get off into the case, you all, I want to talk briefly about a few things, you know. One particularly is gun safety. And the most bad thing about this particular case, you all, is that the little boy who actually shot the little girl, we know that somehow it was done under accident, you know, and then it has to be labeled as an accident. It's the saddest part about this case, you all. I said it has to be labeled as an accident when actually the little kid was actually pointing this at this little girl, man, for her head to, you know, she was actually shot in the head, you all. Very sad situation, because in this particular situation, you all, the little boy is 9 years old. And I said that the little boy is 9 years old, you all. And under the law, by law, he is not in no situation where he can be convicted. I said that he is not in a situation where he can be convicted or he can be tried for manslaughter or something of a lowercase nature, because the guy is actually 9 years old. The young man is 9 years old, and he is not even arrested, you all. They did not even take him down and even arrest the kid, you all. But mind you, the young man was walking through the particular neighborhood and, you know, waving this particular gun around that he had found this gun, you all. But mind you, this is his dad's gun, you all. And his father is a security guard, and I'm pretty sure he need to get some rest at night. He might be working late shift, you know, in Baltimore and some of these areas. I mean, these security guards, especially the armed security guards, they work long hours, lots of late hours. So I'm pretty sure when he get home, he probably just might just throw his gun belt on the floor, you all, or put it somewhere where he can grab it and hurry up and get out the door, you all. But in the case where he's sleeping and getting some rest, his son is going in there at 9 years old, grabbing his gun and walking through the neighborhood, showing it to different little kids and so forth and so on, you all, until this particular kid actually got shot, you know. And you know, the kid proceeded to run as though he had done something wrong. You know, he dropped the gun immediately, you know, not knowing the damage that it would cause. Not knowing the damage that it would cause. You know, he was frightened immediately. You know, he shot the little girl on the head, and she proceeded to fall on her own porch, you all. And like I said, I'm going to share the clip with you all. And now, I said I would just want to briefly talk about gun safety. If, you know, as a father, we always expect our kids to do what we say, you all. I said that we expect them to do what we say and to not do as we do, but as we say, you all. But this is not the case all the time, you all. Mind you, these kids have a small mind frame and they playing with these particular video games that, that show these same particular weapons right there, you all. So, I mean, this is one of the problems, but the main problem is, like I say, gun safety. Nobody really wants to lock up their guns because you feel some sort of a need. You may feel like you can't get to it at a fast particular pace enough for you to stop a burglary or would-be robbery or whatever, you are. But it's very important that we lock these guns up and keep them out of the reach of our kids. Yeah, I said it that we lock them up, you all. They don't just have safe gun cases. They also have little trigger cases. I believe in one of my earlier videos, I was able to share one of these particular type of gun safety mechanism, but it locks down right in the trigger where you would particularly point this gun, you all. As a man, like I said, one of my main things as a father, because we always expect them, they ain't gonna touch daddy's stuff, but like I said, this is not the case, you all. We cannot watch them at all times. We cannot watch them at all times, but like I said, this was a careless act on the father's behalf, you all. I mean, just leaving his gun somewhere unsafe and unlocked, you all. I'm going to go ahead on and pretty much share. I want to read the article first, but I also have a clip of the girl's father, as she kind of, as he kind of explains and expresses his feelings about this particular case, you all. And like I said, this is a sad case, you all, because like I said, imagine your own child being shot or being killed, and there's nothing you can actually do. We always gonna, put our 911 sign, wanted ass, so forth and so on. But in this particular case, it's a dead end, you all. I said that in this particular case, it's pretty much a dead end. I'm sure the DA and the other prosecutors, whoever is on case of this duty, they are going to be trying to seek some kind of damage, you all. But in this particular case, with the young man being 9 years old, it's kind of hard to do anything, especially to this kid. Like I said, it would have to be totally on the father, you all. But like I said, it's a careless thing. And we never expect these type of things to happen to us, and I'm pretty sure that this was something that this father had interpreted, you all. He had thought that his son would not use his gun. He thought his son was too old, too young to, pretty much grab this particular weapon, you all. But like I said, when you just leaving these things hanging around, and as a man, I have done some careless things myself, you all, because of the same attitude, because I'm thinking that my child is going to respect me enough to not do such a thing, you all, to not do such a thing, or to not disobey me, or to not mess with something that belongs to me, you all, just out of respect. But like I said, we have to be aware that we have to that we cannot watch our children at all times. So it's mandatory that we keep these guns in a very safe place, you all. And some of you people, brothers and sisters, may be at work right now. When you get off this evening or later on tonight, or tomorrow, or whatever maybe, you all, go and check your place. The place that you keep your guns secured and safe at, and just double check. It never hurts to double check, you all, because like I said, this is something that we never perceive to happen to us, you all. And in this particular case, this man's son went and protruding through the neighborhood like the wild west, like he had a real toy gun, you all. And this is one of my main things about the future, and wanting to have a class curriculum for a public school system, you all, on the value of life, on the value of life, morals and principles. As kids, we came up with these same particular values. We had these type of things in school, you all. I had, we used to go to school and pray in the mornings, you all. We used to talk about values and principles, so forth and so on in the schools, you all. We was able to pray in the morning, and that's one thing about the particular system. I think that they definitely took religion out of schools, and pretty much blamed it on foreigners, you all. They took God and prayer out of our public school and blamed it on foreigners coming, that they may be serving a different God, or they may be doing something different as far as worship is concerned. But and in most of these cases, this is not particularly so, you all. But anyway, this particular class would cover pretty much the basics of each religion. That way kids will have a basic common respect for people, not only for them, but for others people's culture and religion, you all, for others people's culture and religion, the values of life. Maybe I'll look up something here later on and see if I can actually get something like that going, you all. And if anybody come through by chance, I'm not the most knowledgeable person, you all, and I'm open to help, open to suggestions. I'm a very outgoing person, so if anybody wants to reach out to me and help collaborate, or even give me some advice, I'm truly receptive of these type of things, you all. So keep that in mind as well, you all. But like I said, I want to get back off into this topic. I haven't had a long day myself. I've actually had to get up this morning, and I've gotten my first back injections, you all. I've been having a lot of back pain, due to my surgery and my previous vehicle accident, you all. And I have had some back MRIs, which has shown that I have two herniated discs, which nerves that's hooked in between these particular nerves. So maybe the back injections can relieve some of the pain and some of the pressure around these particular discs, you all. So y'all keep me in prayer with that as well. But I did want to come on tonight and share something of substance, you all. And I want to read it. Let me read it before I get off into my reading portion. I want to read my disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Title 17 U.S.C. Sections 107. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is permitted by the copyright statute and might otherwise be infringed. Non-profit, educational, and personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Tips the balance in favor of fair use, you all. Like I said, it's a very sad case, you all. To me, it's been a lot of very sad cases, you all. But like I said, this one in particular is because the family, again, the family can't seek justice. I mean, how can you seek justice for a 9-year-old boy? How can you want a 9-year-old child to spend the rest of his life in jail, you all? So, I mean, like I say, this pretty much a stalemate, you all. So, as a people, you all also, can share and, share this story, you all, because, like I say, and this is very sad. When you can't seek justice for your own child, this is the thing that particularly moved me about the case, you all. It's also sad, being that it was a young lady. We lost a young sister, 15 years old. She had just went to a prom like 3 months prior, you all. So she had a lot of life to live, you all. She still, had a lot of life to go, you all. And I learned something with this one, you all. Very pretty little girl, and her mother and father was there, you all. So, like I said, and another sad thing was the mother tried to actually pick up the daughter, you all, and brain matter and things of that nature fell into the mother's hand, you all, while she was trying to assist her baby. Like I said, that's another very sad thing, because no parent wants to find a child past, you all. And like I said, it's real sad to not be able to seek justice for your child. It's sad, man. That's a sad thing. So, prayerfully, the city of Baltimore would do something helpful for this family and, seek some kind of justice some way, somehow, you all. Let me not tear it too long on it and kind of read you all the clip, because I'll be talking for days. It said 9-year-old accidentally shot, kills a 15-year-old girl in Southwest Baltimore, you all. It said the 15-year-old girl was killed in Southwest Baltimore after being accidentally shot by a 9-year-old boy, police said. It said Michaela Straughter, you all, was shot about 8:01 p.m. Saturday on Leonard Street, just north of Amonderson Avenue, y'all. The girl was found unresponsive and died after being taken to the hospital. Witnesses told the police that the 9-year-old boy was playing with a loaded gun when it actually went off, striking the girl in the head, you all. If that gun had been in a case like it was supposed to be, both of these children would still have a future to look forward to, said Teresa, you all. And that was a community member, Miss Teresa Hargrove. I mean, she lives close to them. And this was one of the particular things that she was frustrated about, where my 9-year-old baby gonna find a gun and then be walking with a loaded gun through the neighborhood around other kids, I mean, it could have dropped a couple of kids, you all, because I'm under the impression that this was some type of automatic Glock. And, one shot was fired, but it could have been potentially more dead victims, just playing. Just something he thought was something fun to do, you all. Let me say, police found the gun, which is registered to a female relative of the boy who is an armed security guard. So this is one of the little boys, possibly his cousin or something, you all. And probably needed somewhere to stay. And like I said, the little baby then saw this gun. The little baby saw her in this security uniform and thought it to be something cool, you all. Thought that, it was pretty cool for her to be in this particular uniform. And I'm pretty sure this little boy was looking for this little thing, looking for that gun somewhere, you all. It said, let me see, it said the Straughter family says They knew the boy well, and they are heartbroken by the situation. The Stratter's family father say this is a nightmare he will never wake up from. My daughter was laying right there in front of my mailbox, bleeding from her head when my wife picked her up. All her, like I said, her head, some of her head parts fell out, you all. It said it doesn't make sense for a child to have access to a firearm under any circumstances. There is no excuses for this because my daughter will no longer be able to smile. She will no longer be able to have another birthday, and she will never be able to wake up again, you all. Like I said, that was sad. It said the father of Nicaila Stratter, you all. The Stratter family said Nicaila had a big dreams and wanted to use whatever career she could pursue to pave the way for the next generation. So, I mean, this little girl was already thinking about the people coming after her, you all. At 15, she was thinking that this was the type of life, career, job that she wanted to choose, you all. And that's very beautiful thing, for a child, like I said, to want to change. You as a child, children, they think selfishly, they want to pretty much put themselves first, I'm saying when it comes to kids their age, they still have a lot of life to live. But like I said, this was something that she had already thought about, you all, and that was paving the way for the next generation. She makes everybody happy. She keeps me smiling. She keeps a smile on your face and mine, said Jones. People say although the city may have programs to occupy the youth, they don't do a good job for promoting it. Neighbors say most of the time kids are just sitting around. They just sitting there because the parents don't know any programs, you all. And this in the urban areas in Baltimore. I feel to show you a clip, you all. A small clip, just a small clip before I close, both of the fathers. And they went to this other father that was in the same neighborhood, you all. And these are some project built type of, homes. They structure, pretty tight and compact together. It's a lot of neighbors around there, you all. Look like a community. But I'm saying that to say that these two fathers, that they saying this one father, they picked a random person, you all. And he was saying that it's nothing for the kids to do. It's nowhere for him to take his own son, you all. And this young man said he wouldn't even know the first place to call, to even find something like this, which means, the father is not educated enough to maybe look in some places and areas, or they don't see nothing nowhere close in their sight, no particular type of YMCA or boys club or somewhere the kids can go and, let off some of that frustration. Maybe box, run around the gym, I didn't even see no parks in that area, you all. But I'm sure when they build most of these housing apartment complex, there are community parks, and maybe they be small and not much for kids to really have fun with, you all. It said in reaching out to the city of Baltimore, please do something to help these children so no more children like my daughter have to suffer like this, you all. Let me go ahead on and show y'all this before I close.
A 15-year-old girl is killed in a tragic accident after being shot.
Thank you for coming.
It happened Saturday night in southwest Baltimore. WMAR 2 News' Nordea Lewis has the latest information.
I might do something else tonight. Or just wait.
It happened right here on her own front porch. Police say a 9-year-old.
I hope the sound. I did try to adjust the sound, y'all.
Accidentally shot 15-year-old Nicaila Stratter. Neighbors say the 9-year-old was going around the community showing off the gun and playing with it. But once it hit Stroder in the head, people say he immediately dropped the gun and ran away.
If that gun had been in the gun case, locked up, both of those children would still have futures to look forward to.
The gun was registered to the 9-year-old's family member who serves as an armed security guard. Stroder's family says they knew the boy well and is heartbroken by the situation. Michaela's mom says this is a nightmare he will never wake up from.
My daughter was laying right there in front of my mailbox, bleeding from her head. But when my wife picked her up, all the blood in her brains fell out into my wife's hands. Because it doesn't make sense for a child to have access to a firearm. There is no excuse for that. Because now my daughter will no longer be able to smile. She'll never have another birthday. We'll never be able to wake up with her.
The 15-year-old's family says Nikayla had big dreams and wanted to use whatever career she pursued to pave the way for the next generation.
She makes everybody happy. She kept a smile on your face and mine.
People say although the city may have programs to occupy the youth, they don't do a good job of promoting it.
They don't promote it if they got them.
Kids are just sitting around because their parents don't
Look at his neighborhood, man.
I don't know about anything that's going on, anything positive. I just don't. I don't see nothing. Where would I even find it?
I'm reaching out to the city of Baltimore.
Yes, sir.
Something to help these children. So no more children like my daughter have to suffer like this.
The 9-year-old can't be charged for a crime due to his age, but police say they're working closely with the state's attorney's office and potential charges are pending. In Baltimore.
See, that's what I'm saying, y'all. He's 9 years old. I mean, so like I said, that was the biggest thing for me, you all. His particular age, you all, because like I said, he didn't even go to jail. You know, he was playing with this gun, thought it was something cool. You know, not understanding the danger, you know, that he himself was in. I mean, he could have accidentally shot himself, you all, and not been here today, you know, and very unfortunately, he shot this young lady, you all. But, you know, like I said, and the kid was pointed at people, you know, but, you know, in a joke and playing manner, because he think it's cool. I got this thing, y'all. You know, he probably made a couple of kids run, I'm more than sure. Like I said, it's sad. Like I said, because the family, they can't get nothing done right now, you all. And these other kids and people that stay in that neighborhood, they don't know what's going on, you know. They can't find nothing for their kids. It ain't on TV. They ain't coming by like the ice cream truck or with a bookmobile. You know, they used to have a bookmobile come around with some library books or something. I mean, this is absolutely nothing for these kids to do but sit around, you know, and play video games and, you know, walk up and down the street and try to find something to steal. And, you know, that's a very sad thing, you all. Like I said, and collectively, this is something that, you know, we need to stay mindful of, y'all. Protect your kids, man. Protect your family. And make sure these guns are in a safe location. God first, Christ came. Peace. Thank y'all. Thank you. Peace.